Guys, so I'm so happy to have you here, and today we want to talk about pretty privilege and becoming the hottest, the most attractive, and the best version of ourselves physically. And I'm not gonna tell you that you are ugly or anything, but you can try to make your physical appearance work to your benefit, and that is why today's video is for you, because I want you guys to have the best life ever. So today we are gonna talk about how to up our physical appearance and how it impacts our life long term and short term. So a person's physical appearance has a meaningful impact on their experiences in life and how many opportunities or how much success they gain in life. So pretty privilege, we can explain this basically by halo effect, which is that attractive people are perceived as more capable, as more intelligent, and basically as better than the people that do not have this physical appearance. And that is very weird, because then they are more likely to get employed, or they are more likely to be accepted for a loan, or even more attractive people are perceived as less harmful. And that is very weird. And now I'm gonna tell you about the hot convict, which is basically how your hotness or your physical appearance can launch your career or can launch your whole life onto a brand new level. You were here and now you're here because of one thing. So that is Jeremy Meeks, and he was convicted for being a gang member. And basically, after the police shown his photo online as the convict, obviously, he got a whole fandom of women and men saying that he was so attractive, and basically the post blew up. Basically in an hour he had so many likes under and follows and basically everything under this one post. And what is even more interesting that is that he, after his sentence, he was scouted out by a talent and a modeling agent who later on confirmed that they have signed a contract. And later on in 2019 he got a $15 million brand deal, not brand deal, he got a deal for $15 million to have his own brand. And then it went on to getting him his actor life, so he basically acted in films, and this launched his career onto a whole new level. He wrote a book, he got a book about himself that was literally so crazy, and all because of one photo that was so appealing to the audience that didn't even think about the fact that he was a convict. They just saw as this person as a person that was attractive, and as a person that could be a model or could be a actor or could be literally anyone in the beauty fashion industry. Pretty privilege is so underrated in some circles, because we say that, oh, we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but then we need to remember still that society has aesthetic standards. So for example, if you kill a cockroach, you're a hero because a cockroach is bad. And if you kill a butterfly, then you are instantly a bad person. You are the villain, because for some reason we tend to think that if something is ugly, it's instantly worse. We need to talk about clothing, because clothing is something that allows us to express ourselves, it keeps us comfortable, and it basically makes our whole lives a little bit better. Experiment where people put on a coat that they thought belonged to a doctor, and research has shown that these people were more likely to see patterns or to implement logical thinking during the test that was afterwards. And if they believed that this coat belonged to a painter, they didn't show any improvement at all, but they did show creative and out of the box thinking, which is very interesting because these people were wearing the same exact coat. They just had different expectations of the person who wore it. So when they wore it, they instantly embodied the character of the person they thought it belonged to. There is this color theory. When you want to feel attractive, when you want to feel hot, and you want to be perceived as more attractive, then you wear red. Because black, we often associate it with grief, but actually black is seen as a mature color, or a color that is very the person that wears it is seen as more capable or more serious, which is very interesting. And it also impacts how people see you in business settings. So for example, if you're wearing pastel colors, you are gonna be seen as less serious, less capable than the person who's wearing black and white. So that is really important. If you are going to a job meeting, then invest in a good polo sweater or something like that, in darker colors or in muted tones, maybe white, but nothing too childish or anything like that. Then there is white, which is seen as innocent and pure, which explains why so many people wear it when they are about to fight with someone, argue, because then they just feel like they are one more capable of winning the fight for some reason. And the second one is that when you see a person in white, you are instantly more likely to trust them, which is very interesting also. And there is blue, which is calming, and it basically makes you feel much more comfortable with these people. And when you meet a person and you see them in blue, then there's this lasting impression that they are the person that you want to talk to when you're stressed, or that you trust. Posture, which is really important, because someone really important, I cannot remember it right now, I'm so sorry, said be as big as you are, which means do not sit like this, because if I was sitting like this, I swear you would not want to watch this, and you would not want to listen to this video right now if I was like this. No. Sit straight, have your back straight and your head held high, because research honestly shows that men are more likely to sit like this, and women often tend to make themselves smaller, especially if they are surrounded by people they do not feel comfortable with. And in a room, for example in a classroom, men are more likely to raise their hand like this and like this, whereas women tend to raise their hands like this or like this. And that is just diminishing their own potential, because they are waiting to be chosen, and by just holding their hand here and not being very visible. And men do often this, hey, I need attention right now, I need to be validated right now, and they just demand the attention, whereas women often just skip that part and that just wait to be chosen like this. Oh, maybe you will choose me, maybe. And if they're not, they just are okay with it. So many people see so many kids as people that don't want to learn, or people that do not feel comfortable there, because they genuinely aren't, because they were taught from a young age that they needed permission to speak by raising their hand like this, and when they waved, they were like, oh, do not expect attention right now because I am talking. So they were instantly put in this box of being someone that needs to wait or needs to catch or needs to earn the attention of the teacher, which is honestly so heartbreaking, because kids are meant to learn and kids are meant to be free to learn through experience and not be put in a box. So facial expression, oh my god, when I thought about this I am instantly smiling, because facial expression honestly is very interesting. Smiling is somewhat contagious, so if you see someone smiling, then you are instantly more aware of the fact that, for example, you are mad. So when you are smiling also, then people tend to smile more around you. And smiling also releases dopamine in our body, from my research that I've done, and it's honestly very good for us because we feel more comfortable, we feel basically more validated by ourselves, and first of all, we feel like we are capable just because we smile. You wake up in the morning and you basically want to feel your best self, and you just go on with your day feeling like you want to be seen, and you just see it as an act of self-love and self-care. That is honestly really empowering, because it just makes you feel better, and it just makes you feel like you are capable of doing things bigger and better than normally. If you feel like that, you honestly can achieve much more. And the aura and the charisma that you have, because you feel hot, that is something that is just much more than just physical attractiveness, but you feel more powerful. You feel like you have confidence, like you are capable of doing literally anything in this world, because you got to be the person that you want to be. Self-care is self-respect. So how you look is how you think about yourself. Do not expect people to find you attractive or find you confident if you do not see that in yourself, and if you do not express that. Your hands need to be telling the story with you, and not be like, yeah, so today I went there, or yeah, today I did that, and I am so shy. No, you just have to use your hands to your advantage, because you have them for a reason, and verbally showing something that you think is important has a lot of impact on people. When you look your best, confidence and boundaries are more likely to be set by you. So if you look great and if you feel great, then you are honestly more likely to set boundaries with people, or you are more likely to stand up for yourself, or to say what you think, and not just be like, yeah, you're right. You are gonna argue for what is your right, and whereas you would be underdressed, or you wouldn't feel confident in what you are wearing, then you wouldn't do that. You would agree. You wouldn't look at yourself the same way. You wouldn't feel capable of doing that. You would just feel like, oh, this person is much more confident, this person knows better than me. So yeah, that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed and genuinely learned something from this video, because my whole purpose is to give you value and for you to gain something from my videos. A lovely day, and I hope to see you next week. Bye bye.